Let's travel back in time to the start of Chinese history. Imagine a world thousands of years ago where the vast landscapes of China were untouched by modern civilization. This is where our story begins. The Yellow River, called China's Mother River, was where the first Chinese people lived. This river, with its fertile banks, provided the perfect environment for early settlers. They learned to harness the river's power, using its waters to irrigate their crops and sustain their communities. The land around the river was great for farming, so villages popped up and people started working together. They grew millet and wheat and domesticated animals like pigs and chickens. These early farmers developed tools and techniques that would be passed down through generations. The Yangtze River was important too, helping another group of people get started. This river, longer and mightier than the Yellow River, supported a different kind of agriculture. Here, people cultivated rice, which became a staple of the Chinese diet. Along these rivers, people made pottery, carved beautiful jade, and even created a way to write. Pottery was not just functional, but also a form of artistic expression. Jade carvings were highly valued, symbolizing power and spirituality. The invention of writing allowed them to record their history, communicate complex ideas, and pass down knowledge. These early communities came up with their own beliefs and ways of living, setting the stage for the powerful families that would rule China for a long, long time. They believed in the harmony between humans and nature, and their social structures were built around family and community. These foundations would influence Chinese culture and society for millennia, leading to the rise of dynasties and the rich tapestry of history that we know today. Little villages grew into big, powerful kingdoms ruled by families called dynasties. These early settlements were often located near rivers, which provided water for farming and transportation. Over time, these small communities developed into complex societies with their own cultures, traditions, and governance systems. The Xia Dynasty, a bit of a mystery, is thought to be the very first. Although there is limited archaeological evidence, ancient Chinese texts describe the Xia as a time of great innovation and development. They are credited with the creation of the first Chinese calendar and advancements in bronze casting. Then came the Zhou Dynasty. They were great farmers and warriors and came up with the mandate of heaven, the idea that the ruler was chosen by the sky. This concept justified the rule of the king and provided a divine right to govern. The Zhou also made significant advancements in agriculture, including the use of iron plows and irrigation systems, which increased food production and supported population growth. Later, the Qing Dynasty, with its strong leader Emperor Qin Shi Huang, made all of China one country for the first time. Emperor Qin Shi Huang is also known for his ambitious projects, such as the construction of the Great Wall of China and the Terracotta Army, which was buried with him to protect him in the afterlife. He made sure everyone used the same weights, measures, and writing. This standardization helped to unify the diverse regions of China, making trade and communication easier. It also laid the foundation for a centralized bureaucracy that could effectively govern the vast empire. This was a big step for China, making it more organized and setting the stage for a shared Chinese identity. The reforms of the Qin dynasty had a lasting impact on Chinese civilization, influencing the administrative and cultural practices of subsequent dynasties. The idea of a unified China, governed by a central authority, became a defining characteristic of Chinese history. The Tang Dynasty was a golden age for China. It was a time of great prosperity and cultural flourishing. The capital city, Chang'an, became a bustling metropolis, attracting scholars, artists, and traders from all over Asia. The Tang emperors were patrons of the arts, and their support led to the creation of some of the most beautiful poetry, painting, and sculpture in Chinese history. Think good times, new inventions, beautiful art, and amazing stories. The Tang Dynasty saw the invention of woodblock printing, which allowed for the mass production of texts and the spread of knowledge. This period also witnessed the development of new forms of literature, including the short story and the novel. The Tang Dynasty's influence extended far beyond its borders, as its culture and innovations were admired and adopted by neighboring countries. The Silk Road, a long path for traders, connected China to the rest of the world. This ancient trade route facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between the East and the West. Silk, spices, tea, and porcelain were some of the valuable commodities that traveled along this route, making China a central hub of international trade. The Silk Road also brought new religions, such as Buddhism, to China, enriching its cultural and spiritual life. Gunpowder and the printing press were invented then, changing how wars were fought and how people learned. The invention of gunpowder revolutionized military technology, leading to the development of powerful weapons that would change the course of history. The printing press, on the other hand, made it possible to produce books and documents more efficiently, spreading knowledge and literacy throughout the empire. The Song Dynasty followed, and even though they had some battles, they were great at trading, building ships, and talking with other countries. The Song Dynasty is known for its advancements in technology, economy, and culture. They developed a powerful navy and improved shipbuilding techniques, which allowed them to dominate maritime trade routes. The Song emperors also established a complex bureaucracy and promoted education, leading to a more efficient and prosperous society. They also made better gunpowder weapons and used the compass to sail the seas, making China even more advanced. The Song Dynasty's innovations in navigation and military technology helped them maintain their dominance in the region. The invention of the magnetic compass allowed Chinese sailors to navigate the open seas with greater accuracy, leading to increased exploration and trade. The Song Dynasty's advancements in gunpowder weaponry also gave them a significant advantage in warfare. Cities grew bigger, and more people became traders. The urbanization of China during the Song Dynasty led to the growth of bustling cities and vibrant markets. These cities became centers of commerce, culture, and innovation, attracting people from all walks of life. The Song Dynasty's emphasis on trade and economic development created a thriving middle class and laid the foundation for China's future prosperity. In the 1200s, warriors from Mongolia, led by Kublai Khan, took over China and started the Yuan Dynasty. Kublai Khan was smart and used a lot of the Chinese ways of running the country. More people from the West came to China to trade, like the famous traveler Marco Polo. Even though things were different, the Yuan Dynasty helped new ideas and cultures spread, but eventually people in China fought back and the Mongol rule ended. After the Mongols, the Ming Dynasty brought back Chinese rulers. The country got richer and its land grew bigger. The Ming emperors made the government stronger, helped farmers, and sent ships all over the world. Admiral Zheng He sailed a huge fleet of ships all the way to Africa. These trips showed how powerful China's navy was and helped them trade with many countries. Art, stories, and new ideas blossomed, and China felt proud again. The Qing Dynasty was the last family to rule China like emperors. Lots more people were born, and the country got richer. But there were problems too. People inside China rebelled, and countries from the West, especially Britain, caused trouble. The Opium Wars, started by Britain, showed that China's army wasn't as strong as the West's. This was the start of a tough time for China, with other countries taking their land and making unfair deals. In 1911, the Qing Dynasty ended, and the Republic of China, led by Sun Yat-sen, began. But there were still problems inside the country, and threats from outside. The Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, became very powerful. After a long war, the Communists won in 1949 and created the People's Republic of China. Mao wanted a communist country, so he changed how land was owned, built factories, and started the Cultural Revolution, a time of big changes. After Mao, Deng Xiaoping made some big changes to how China's economy worked. He let businesses be more free and welcomed companies from other countries to invest. China's economy grew incredibly fast. Joining the World Trade Organization in 2001 made China a major player in the world's economy. Cities grew, technology improved, and life got better for millions of people. Today, China is a superpower, a very important country in the world, but it still has problems like some people being very rich and others very poor, pollution, and more older people than younger people. China has big plans like the Belt and Road Initiative to connect with other countries, becoming a leader in technology, and being more involved in world affairs. As China deals with these challenges, the whole world is watching to see what it does next.